Another product that I recommend is these Bourjois cream eyeshadows. These are absolutely crease resistant. They're actually waterproof, and I use them most often as colored eyeshadow bases for powder eyeshadows, but they work fantastic just on their own. And now that I've actually started work and I have very little time to put on my makeup in the morning, I have a 1.5-year-old daughter, and she gets up when I get up, so there's no possibility to get up earlier, put on makeup, and then kind of wake her up. So I kind of live in these, because you just put these on and they stay put for the whole day. You don't really even need a highlight color with these, and they come in these really nice colors. So this is a khaki color, this is kind of a muted rose color. You put them just all over eyeshadow up to your crease and you're done with eyeshadow. It's kind of you look like you spent more than you did, and these kind of go on really creamy and smooth, and they're great. I really like these. They are discontinued, but you can get them again on eBay for like $15 for the 6 of them. They make 6 colors, and they're a fantastic buy. Highly recommend them. And again, you kind of get a generous amount of the eyeshadow in the tube as well, and these are fantastic. I really recommend them. And the shimmer in them, if you're not into kind of shimmery eyeshadows, is also kind of more like a sheen. And some other drugstore eyeshadows that I like are by IsaDora. They're kind of a company which is quite popular here in Europe, and especially in Poland. They usually make quads which look more like this Rimmel one that I'll actually talk more about in a moment. And recently they've started to come out with these palettes of 5 eyeshadows. This one is called Matte Chocolates. It's a set of 5 completely neutral shades. I'm actually wearing it right now, and these are fantastic for just your most basic kind of makeup, just the flattering eye makeup for every day if you're especially if you work in a professional environment. And these are fantastic. Cannot say enough good things about these. And I've actually seen a lot of people kind of resell these on all kinds of eBay or any kind of auction networks, presumably because they don't really like this. But I actually like this a lot. These can actually be used, IsaDora eyeshadows, you can use them wet, you can use them dry. The color payoff is really nice. They are kind of a bit dusty, but nothing really irritating. I do feel they may not show up as well on people with darker skin tone, but for fair people, these are fantastic. You could do a smoky eye with this, you can do a completely neutral look with this. They're really kind of nice. I think they're worth buying. So a good buy in my opinion. And I even sometimes use them for bridal work, because they work. If somebody's looking for a very kind of neutral eye for their wedding makeup, this is a really great option. Yeah, really recommend these. Sephora eyeshadows. I recently said that Sephora brand eyeshadows are absolute crap during one of my tutorials, but I have been surprised. I got this for my birthday from a really dear friend of mine, and I was very skeptical about it because it is Sephora, and I've always been so disillusioned by the brand in terms of eyeshadows. But this one is from their new formula. It's called Swimming Pool, quite appropriately, is absolutely great. Right, so it's kind of it's got a sheen to it. It's really pigmented, and the color, if you're into kind of bright eye colors, is really nice. So this particular one I would actually recommend, right? Swimming Pool if you're into really bright eye colors. But more often than not, Sephora eyeshadows, not so much. At least not for me. This is actually something I'm proud to recommend as a Pole, because I believe this is actually a Polish brand. It's called Inglot. They're kind of making a breakthrough in the United States right now. They just opened this really kind of fancy store in Times Square, and these are actually really good. I don't have a lot of these because they're kind of boring in a way. The packaging, I think it's supposed to kind of resemble MAC in a way, but these are actually quite good. They're a bit chalky at times, but they have a really wide selection of colors. They're much cheaper in Poland than MAC eyeshadows and many other eyeshadows, and you can get palettes for them, kind of like MAC. I do have to say that most of the time the payoff in these is actually quite good, and I tend to go for the matte shades for some reason, because I just really like the matte shades that they make, and they're good. I am kind of not the biggest enthusiast of Inglot eyeshadows for some reason, but they are quite good, I do have to say that. These are Color Rush eyeshadows by Rimmel. I just happen to have one of these. They also came out with a kind of a classic smoky eye palette and a purple one, I believe. And this actually has the highest ratings on MakeupByKasiaD of all their different colored palettes, and I really like this. This is fantastic if you want kind of a slightly shimmery kind of neutral eye. And they're called Smoky Brown. You can still probably get them on eBay for very, very affordable prices, and they're really good. I like them. They blend well. The color payoff is kind of so-so, so it's a good idea to use some kind of cream eyeshadow underneath them, but it's nothing that you can't kind of get around. And it's worth it for the colors, especially for this kind of smoky tobacco color, which I really, really love. So Rimmel eyeshadow, like these, especially with cream eyeshadow bases underneath. Right, another product that I really, really recommend is this kind of color definer by Maybelline. These are kind of rip-offs, blatant rip-offs of MAC shade sticks. So they come in these kind of twisty packaging. It's kind of like a crayon, comes with a sharpener built in at the end, which actually does work. And they're really good if you use them as eyeshadow bases. They're very shimmery and a kind of, the shimmer is not the fine kind, it's actually quite chunky, so I wouldn't wear these as eyeshadows. But they're fantastic as eyeshadow bases because they're really sticky, and powder eyeshadows which have pretty colors but not really great color payoff are really kind of brought out by using this as a base. And finally, one of the last things that I wanted to show you is this shadow by L'Oreal. Sorry, it's actually by Maybelline. It's from their iStudio Mono range. So this is kind of the revamped version of their expert eyeshadows, and I don't really like L'Oreal eyeshadows. They're usually too shimmery, almost glitter-like, very little color payoff. They're kind of crusty, if anything. If they're kind of crusty. That's kind of my experience with them. But I absolutely love this color. This one is called Blue Lagoon, and it's a revamped version of their original Blue Lagoon color. And it is probably the prettiest teal that I have ever come across. It is kind of green blue with gold shimmer to it, and it's really, really great. It's much better than a lot of teal eyeshadows that I have by expensive brands, because despite not having brown eyes, and teal eyeshadows really work best for brown eyes, they don't really look that, I don't really look that good with teal eyeshadows. But there was a period in my life when I was absolutely obsessed with teal eyeshadows just because I liked the color kind of I just really like the color, not just for eyeshadows. I just really am a fan of teal as a color in general. So I was on a hunt for the perfect teal. It's really great, it's really pigmented, and if you're into teals, check this out if you're on a budget, because they're really great. As for the other eye studios, I just picked this one up because I swatched all of the other ones and didn't really like them. But another color that I would get would be Seashell Pink, because it's also really nice. But this one I really recommend.